Okay, peeps, so here we have it. Battlefield 2042. It's ending. It's over. EA lays out plans to move forward with the Battlefield franchise. Now, with that said, within this video, I'm going to lay out some of the details surrounding them moving forward into the future with the next Battlefield iteration. And also, I'm going to provide my perspective as to what's going on with the Battlefield franchise as a whole, especially 2042. Now, if that sounds good, make sure that you like this video. And if you care to stay up to date on all the shooter news and updates that you care about, consider subscribing today. Now, we all know the story of the Titanic. I think we all do at home. I know most of my viewers should. In this instance here, Battlefield 2042 was the ship. And the lies and deadlines for this title was the iceberg. Okay, now on our way to destruction here, what did we learn? We learned that we can't trust any dev studio at their word. Battlefield 2042, if you remember, was said to be ahead of schedule, looking very good in development. Not too much to worry about. Everybody was fully confident in this title. Now, as we approached and slowly round the corner to this game's release date, things start getting funny. A creative director left the team. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. Then we got into a broken beta or alpha. I forget which one, guys, that they put us in, but we got to play the game early, and we noticed that, this isn't really feeling like a finished game here. But we're a couple of weeks out still. Maybe we have time to make some adjustments or whatever. But the scary part for me personally was I knew they couldn't. I knew what I played there was something that you couldn't just steer around in a week or two and be like, hey, we'll have this fixed by launch. There was a bigger problem at hand. So when the game releases, it releases a buggy mess. Maps not fully fleshed out. Simple features such as a scoreboard was missing from this title. The list goes on and on with this game. It was just not anything you and I have hoped for in a Battlefield title. They went away from the traditional class system within Battlefield and took on something new, and that's something that really turned me off personally, being a Battlefield veteran. And I just wanted more from this title, and sadly, it never delivered. And then we moved on and we received content updates and things like that. But Battlefield 2042 never regained its top interest as it once had when the game first launched. The numbers just dwindled down. Some would come in for content updates and then soon leave then after. Here we are now. Battlefield 2042 is going to be no more. From the current plans at EA, they decided to move forward with their next Battlefield project and limit the support for Battlefield 2042. I'm going to read some of the news according to Kotaku.com, and it reads as follows. Headline reads, Battlefield 2042 ends. EA lays out plans for franchise's future. No more big updates for DICE's latest first-person shooter, but Star Wars devs are joining the franchise to help expand it. In a post on April 9th, Battlefield General Manager Brian Breed confirmed that the Season 7 was the end of 2042. While the game's servers won't be shutting down, the shooter won't receive any new large content updates in the future. Instead, 2042 will get smaller updates focusing on keeping the game running. In the post, Breed explained that while this might be disappointing for fans, it was time for DICE and EA to shift our resources and focus on what comes next. It states here, as I mentioned in previous updates, we have ambitious vision to embrace and unlock vast potential of the series' class-based squad play and immersive, intense battles. Lastly, to help EA achieve that ambitious future, Breed confirmed Tuesday that the Dead Space remake and Star Wars Squadron developer Motif Studio are going to build a team that will focus exclusively on Battlefield. End quote. Let me get this straight. We're pulling the plug on support for Battlefield 2042. Whilst doing so, we realize, hey, we know what you guys wanted. The classic class-based system of Battlefield. We're going to hone in back on our roots. And on top of that, we're going to bring in some new developers from other series to help us exclusively work on the next Battlefield. Now, I don't want to say this sounds like a car crash, but oh baby. Oh, baby. This just isn't sounding good. Now, from what we're hearing, it sounds like these guys really lost their way overall. If you guys did not know, there's been tons of talent leaving DICE/EA due to layoffs and just creative differences, right? So the outlook for the next Battlefield, to be honest with you, has been looking very grim. I don't know if they could pull the pieces together, and I'm not betting on it. I don't know what direction that they're going to take with development. Are we going to get a proper story mode? How's the multiplayer piece going to play out? To be honest with you, Battlefield 2042, if everything went well, that would have been a hell of a Battlefield, but nothing went well, right? We had some glimmers of light here and there, but overall, the project never came into focus on what it truly should be. So here we stand here with the Battlefield franchise in shambles at the current moment, and us scratching our heads on what can we expect next out of DICE and EA. Now, somebody might ask, Abel, how do you feel about this overall? Do we have any hope? To be honest with you, I don't have any hope. I'm just got to keep it real. I got to go left or right. And I'm going to say, I don't have any hope for them nailing something special with the next Battlefield iteration. Heck, I heard that they want to bring back some type of battle royale, which I actually enjoyed. But again, though, it sounds like we're chasing fads and not doing anything innovative and creative ourselves, and going back to the roots of the game and what made this game truly special for you and I. And that's unfortunate, because Battlefield was one of my premier franchises that I stood by like forever. Like, you had SOCOM franchise, you had Battlefield, and you had Rainbow Six. Like, they were all three right there for me. And Battlefield easily over the course of time, especially in recent time, has just really slipped down a couple of pegs for me. I don't like it to be that way, but as it stands currently, I don't know if we move forward with progress. Things have just been looking ugly. Even myself personally came back to the series and checked out some of the updates, which didn't hold me. Did I have some spurts of fun and enjoy myself here and there? Sure. But was it something to keep me and hold me and spread the word to others? Nothing really crazy to write home about, unfortunately. It just didn't hold me. But we'll see what happens with the Battlefield franchise. For me, being a person of hope, giving no hope to the future is kind of a scary thing. I don't think these guys could pull it together. So with that said, in my last video, I discussed two franchises that I personally love that might be seeing a return in a big way: SOCOM and Gears 6. If you want to hear more news about these beloved franchises and why we might see an appearance in a new entry in their franchises, click this video here and I'll be sure to see you there.